Today we are going to be focusing on the hips. So I recommend, if you're not wearing kind of some stretchier, comfy pants, that you get some of those so that we're able to kind of move and open up the hips. So we will begin with our breath work, centering ourselves in the space. So finding your seat, allowing the hands to rest on the thighs, eyes closed. Take a nice big breath, release it. Start to let whatever thoughts come with you to practice to go, just drift away, and they'll be there waiting for you when we're finished. I invite you to bring to mind what it is that gives you nourishment. How is it that you nourish your body? What about your mind? And your spirit? Maybe it's something that you do every day, or there's a nourishing practice that you come to on a weekly basis. Maybe if you're feeling a sense of lack of nourishment, committing here to giving yourself the treat of nourishing on a regular basis. Maybe that's related to what you're eating or drinking. Rest that you give yourself, or maybe it's activity, time outside, a good book, a warm bath. We're going to nourish our bodies today, focusing on the hips, releasing tension that we feel here, opening up as we can, using our breath as the first tool of nourishment to keep all of our joints and muscles oxygenated, well fed. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. And again, inhale deeply through the nose. And release. You can keep your eyes open and fluttering the eyes open. Allow your hands to come to your side. With that breath, a nice big inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, and then interlace the fingers, bringing them behind the head or neck, and creating just some gentle pressure as we reach chin to chest, stretching through the neck and the upper back. Keeping a nice long spine. You may feel this stretch up the sides of the back. Release those hands and just gently rock your neck from side to side. Moving with compassion. Gently stretching. Maybe staying on one side for a breath or two if you're feeling some extra stickiness in the muscles today. Feeling some cracks and pops. And then coming back to stillness. With the hands on the thighs, we'll start that cat-cow movement, warming up the spine and the back. So with a nice big inhale, reaching the chest forward, dropping head back just a bit, pressing the chest towards the front of the room. And with your exhale, curving through the spine, dropping the chin. Inhale, reaching chest forward. Exhale, back. Couple more rounds, using this time to move at your own pace. Maybe coordinating the breath with the movement. So exhale as you press back to cat. Inhale as you press your chest forward to cow. And start to take circles with the chest. Even sort of getting those hips involved here as we rotate the chest and upper body around the hips. Feel that pressure changing from your left to your right sits bones. And reverse the circle. Finding your seat once again at center. We'll start to get into the legs. So you might want to scoot a little bit closer to the edge of your chair. We're going to ground down in that left leg and then lift the right off the ground. So you can support this with your arms or hands here, reaching behind the thigh, or you may choose to reach in front of the knee. And we'll just start to take some circles with the ankle. So warming up that joint there. Kind of pointing and flexing the foot as we do so. And then reverse your circle, the ankle. And if you're holding in front of the knee, go ahead and switch the hand to the back of the thigh. With our inhale, extend the leg, reaching forward, and then point your toes. Flex those toes, pulling them back up to the ceiling, and then bend the knee. We'll take that again. So you may be hovering over the ground, or you may be able to lift a bit higher. Just doesn't matter where you are here. So we'll inhale, lift the leg, point the toes, pull those toes back, and bend. One more time. Extend, point, flex, and bending it in. Hug it in to your chest, maybe circle the hip a little. And then place it down. And come to the other side. So lifting the left leg this time. Taking that preferred hand placement under the leg or in front of the knee and start your ankle circles. And reverse the circle when you're ready. And take that second hand placement under the leg if you'd like to support yourself here. We'll inhale, straighten the leg, point the toes, flex, pressing that heel forward, and bend the knee. 2 more times. Extend the leg, point, flex, and bend the knee. And once more, reaching, really pointing those toes, pressing the heel, and close. Hugging the knee in, taking a few circles with that knee. And place it down. Okay, so we'll start to open up the hips even more here, opening the legs. So my feet are about a 45-degree angle, kind of sitting on the edge of my chair. And we're going to stretch both into the side body and into the hips here. So reach that right arm to the inside of the right knee, and we'll just slowly lower here as we reach that left arm up overhead. So feeling this nice stretch through the left side body, but also creating some pressure in that right arm against the inside of the right leg to keep opening up the hip. Nice big breath. And then inhale, coming back to center. Other side. So left hand comes down, my palm facing out, reaching that opposite arm up overhead. Really noticing the connection between that left arm and the leg. And inhale, coming back to center. So for our sun salutations today, we're going to keep this wide leg stance. So I encourage you to keep very grounded in the feet and on the seat of your chair. So as we fold forward, you'll feel a slight lifting of the glutes from the chair. Try to keep nice and grounded here as we flow through our sun sals. So bring your hands to your side, palms facing out, mountain pose. Empty out the breath you're on. And with an inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. As we exhale, bring hands to knees, reaching forward. Head drops last. On your inhale, we'll come to that half lift, extending through the spine, but gaze stays down, really feeling this opening through the hips. And then exhale, release again. Inhale, reverse it, arms reach out and overhead. Exhale, mountain pose. Let's take that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to knees, folding. Inhale, lifting halfway. And exhale, fold. It might feel nice to bring your hands to the ground. You can just play with that. Inhale, lifting up again, reaching overhead. Exhale, mountain. Do it once more. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to knees, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. We're feeling strength through the back. Exhale, fold. And inhale all the way up. Release, arms to your side. Bring your legs back to center. Maybe even rocking them back and forth for a moment. Just really feeling that stretching and strengthening through the hips. And we're going to ground down into the right foot, keeping it grounded on the... We're going to keep the right foot planted on the ground. Bring that left ankle up to the right knee. So reaching as best you can here. And you may prefer to hug it in more. You may want to drop that right leg a little. But we're coming into this figure 4 shape. Now this right here might be enough stretch for you, and you can stay there. If you want a little bit of added stretch, you can take your hands to the ankle and knee and just create a little pressure against that knee. And if that's still not enough, you might start to just reach forward. So reaching your chest towards the leg, creating some pressure here and stretch into the hip. So we'll be here for about a minute and a half. I encourage you to focus your mind on the breath, sending the breath to the hip. All of those bones, muscles and tendons, stretching and working here. And as you keep breathing, maybe you're noticing an increased opening in this joint. Your body may be starting to let go of some of the tension that built up when you first came into this pose. Using that breath as a nourishment, keeping all of those muscles oxygenated. And then we're gently gonna come back to our seat. So it may be most comfortable just to kind of lift that knee up and maybe come into a cross-leg position for a moment, twisting a little. Once you release the foot to the ground, take those windshield wipers with the knees. Just kind of work out that hip, feeling that stretch start to settle in. And then we'll set up for the other side. So keeping the left foot planted, bringing right ankle to left knee. And then find your variation here. So if you prefer to lean forward, you can come there now. As you settle in, come back to that breath. We often lose it between sides, so find it again. Send it to the hip. With each exhale, feeling a deepening. Keep those nourishing breaths going. Just a few more breath cycles. And when you're ready, we'll just gently come out of this. So taking what you need. Might even feel nice to kind of lean back on your chair, extend your legs long, and just kind of rock those toes back and forth, rotating the hips, or legs rather, in the hip socket. And then settling in, finding your seat once again. Sitting tall, eyes closed. Noticing what just a few minutes of breathing and gentle movement can do for the body. Making the commitment to find some kind of nourishment for yourself every day or every other day. Just be a few minutes here or there. And placing one hand on the chest or heart, another on top. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest. Honoring yourself and your practice. Having gratitude for the time that you take for self-care, for nourishment. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace.